In the GLAMURS project, we we do it in a participatory way. So we develop visions and develop pathways, not on our own as researchers, but we do that in workshops together with stakeholders at the regional level. As you well know, we are working in 7 regions across Europe, and in each of these regions we will do stakeholder workshops for long-term vision development and for assessing these visions later on and thinking and generating pathways towards those visions. Interesting is to do this participatory is because it gives you not only dissemination, but those stakeholders that we invite from the region, from policymakers, from regional policymakers, but also from the initiatives and other civil society organizations, and also some experts, that it brings in more expertise and contextual knowledge. So there are the people that we bring together that know more about sustainable lifestyles and the regions than we do know ourselves. And by bringing those together, we ask them to give their ideas and visions, and they learn from each other and we learn from them, and that gives us the opportunity to make better images of the future for regions with regard to the regional economy in a more sustainable way and for sustainable lifestyles. And the interesting things of visions is that what we have learned from other projects is, if you do that in a systematic, structured way together with other people, with stakeholders, it helps them to articulate their ideas and to make something more substantive out of it. And as you have done that in a good way, it gains in strength, it gains in substantiation, and it helps for dissemination, for endorsement, and that helps to communicate more freely on good ideas for the far future, but also in the related activities and actions and pathways, how to reach them. And if you do that with the right people and disseminate that later on, then you can give a real input, a real life check together with those real life professionals, and it can be fed more easily into policy making and other kinds of regional decision making processes. What is I think also interesting about this GLAMURS project, that in all these regions we look into, say, local sustainability initiatives, and what we in particularly are looking for in our visions and our pathways, that we look for future roles of these initiatives. And there we can see that you can say, okay, well, you can distinguish between 2 main future orientations. Among policymakers and at the European Union, the vision and the pathway of green growth is very important. And you see that there's also a group of people that is emerging and that talk about more moderate growth and degrowth. But in both visions, bottom-up initiatives and civil society organizations can play important roles, but they will be different. If it's in a more market-oriented scenario, then civil society organizations or energy cooperatives can be prosumers that also buy and sell their energy. Whereas when it comes to a more moderation and degrowth-oriented future, there you will see that initiatives can be organized at the local level and are able to provide a range of services to other citizens. So that are good examples of collaborative consumption, and actually are also related to what is now emerging as a concept of the sharing economy. Given that, I think the main things that I could tell right away on this topic, unless there are other questions.